tanto jugando suelto como en competición. Tanto si se trata de un rápido 9 hoyos o de un gran 36. Tanto si juegas bajo presión o arrasando, siempre das lo mejor de ti. Nuevo Fuel de FootJoy.
All right, here with Madelene Sagstrom. Good round again today. Tell me, what was the best part of your game today that you would say?
Well, I think the best part was that I turned it around. I didn't start off the strongest. I hit her in the hazard on 11, which was my second hole, and I kind of didn't really find any momentum from there, but I made birdie on 18 and kind of got that momentum from yesterday back again. So I was hitting some good iron shots, finding the fairways, a few more fairways, and then just putting really well. I've been putting really well for the last 2 days.
Yeah, you mentioned that, so I'll say you had a little bit of a slow start. What were some factors that were contributing to that, do you think?
Well, I think having a really good round yesterday, I was probably putting a little bit too much pressure on myself, trying to have probably an equally as good round. But I think I was just trying a bit too hard. I was not really getting that momentum and just not being as athletic as I would like to be. Probably a little bit more mechanical and just not really being in the way of myself a little bit more.
Mm-hmm. And as you said, you did turn it around. So what did you say to yourself? What was the mentality shift there to make that turnaround?
Well, I talked a lot to my caddy, and I was like, I don't feel like I'm swinging it that bad. I don't feel like I'm doing things that bad. But we were just trying to find just less swing thoughts and just more being free and just being athletic and just hitting the shot, picking the target, seeing the turns instead, and just getting away from trying too hard, really.
Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to describe, really. It's so individual, but for me, it was just trying to stay in the present, do the best I can over every shot.
And you mentioned having a little bit of a hard time finding the fairway. What's wrong with the fairways here? What was the struggle?
Well, first of all, they're really narrow. That is a good start, and you do get punished from being in the rough because the greens are firm. So they're narrow, and I had a little bit too much left to right turn on my ball today, but I'm gonna go fix it.
Okay.
You referred to it, Madelene, but the hardest round to play is the one after you've played really well. So what kind of mindset do you bring to the first tee after you've shot a 63?
Well, I think it's still, you kind of have to look at those really low rounds. It's like everything is clicking, like everything is going your way, and most of the time golf doesn't do that. So I think it's just trying to go back in that momentum. I think for me, I have a really strong putter, and I've been putting really well over time, and I've been putting really well this week. So for me, it was like, okay, get it on the green. Like, I don't care where it is or what it looks like, but I need to get on the green faster. So it's just trying to do everything to kind of find that momentum, that good feeling, that confidence they had the day before.
And under any circumstances, 70 is a good number, but it kind of has to feel like almost 80 after you shoot a 63, right? Or does it feel good?
Well, it feels good coming back under par. I mean, I was 2 over through 8 holes, so that was kind of, I was like, okay, goal now, let's get back to even par for today. I mean, I'm still in this. Like, I shot a really good round yesterday, but you don't want to fall too far back in the pack. So it's just trying to get back, and then if I can get a couple under, that'd be perfect. So,
And in a 72-hole event, you're always going to have a stretch where things are not quite clicking. Do you think this was it for you, and do you feel good going in?
I hope so.
Yeah.
I hope that was it. No, Shane, my caddy, was telling me on 17, he's like, Madelene, you don't win on Fridays. And I was like, I know, but I still want to play well. No, but it's true. It's like you have to stay patient out there. I'm hoping my best golf is still yet to come. So it's, I feel like I'm in a great spot. My game is really solid, so I'm really happy about it.
Go ahead. Sorry. Yep.
I was going to say, it seems Minjee Lee's having the round that you had yesterday. I mean, do you look at the leaderboard and say, I didn't play my best today, but I'm only 3 shots off the lead?
Absolutely. I mean, I think it's still, all we're trying to do is give ourselves chances to be up there and fighting for it. And like I said, it's still only Friday. A lot of things can happen. A lot of things can happen to the golf course, the way they set it up and all of that. So I think it's just, giving myself a chance is all I ask about myself for. And if my best that I had today was 2 under, so I was really pleased.
And you made the cut.
Exactly. Yes, I made another cut. A little higher up on the cut, so it's good.
What different challenges did the course give you today based on the change in weather from yesterday to today?
Well, it wasn't. I was expecting it to be a bit cooler, but it wasn't really. It just the wind switched a little bit, so a few holes that were playing more downwind yesterday was a little bit into. The greens, I would say, in the morning you get a little bit of dew, so they were a little bit slower, a little bit more receptive, and then throughout the end of the round it was kind of similar to yesterday, but they weren't crispy like they were yesterday. But it's just some of the par fours I was a little bit further back, and some of the other side I was a little bit closer. So it just changes like what holes get easier and what holes get tougher.
And then just one for me. You told me at Wilshire you're only as good as your last round. All right, so that's your last round. How good are you now?
Well, currently I'm good at -2. -2 for today.
Oh, I forgot. What are you reading now?
What I'm reading right now, I'm actually going to start a new book. Well, no, I'm finishing The Chimp Paradox. So that I'm finishing up, and I'm going to start, I can't remember what it's called, but it's by Dr. Joe Dispenza. So that's my next one coming up.
What paradox?
Chimp Paradox. It's about the little monkey talking in your head.
Chimp.
Like when
chimp
the chimp paradox. Like when I stood
Okay.
on 18 and my 18th hole, and I was like, is this ball too far back in my stance? And I backed off, and I was like, you can't think that. It's like, come on, Madelene. And I had to go back into it. So.
Oh, wow. Okay.
What you working on today to get ready for tomorrow?
Well, my coach was actually here, so I think I was thinking about it yesterday. I was like, maybe I was trying to show off a little bit. Like, I'm playing really well right now. No, so I'm just gonna probably go hit a few balls, have some lunch, find a coffee shop, and just chill.
There you go. Well, thank you,
Thank you.
Madelene.
El nuevo Pro SL no tiene clavos, pero tiene un agarre increíble. Con una plancha de carbono adicional para optimizar el retorno de energía y un nuevo y moderno diseño, el zapato original de máximo rendimiento sin clavos tiene algunas ventajas importantes.